In this video, I'll be showing you the process we follow to go from an avo pit to a large healthy avo tree. The first thing we do is get our hands on some avos. I know this as a butter avo. They're large, have a smooth skin, are rich and creamy, and have a small pit, which means more avo. If anyone knows the specific name for this cultivar, please let me know. This process is simple. We're going to slice the avo right down the middle while being very careful with a knife. Then you pop it open and wow, this one looks great inside. All I had to do here was pull the pit out and inspect it. As you can see, the avo is a bit older and already has a growth coming out from the bottom of the pit. Now you want to put the flat bottom side of the pit face down into a container of water. No toothpicks or anything else required for this method. By the way, if you've ever done this, let me know how you do it. We keep these pits at an east facing window. The light level seems to be perfect to allow them to sprout and grow. Please let me know if anyone's tried it in any other light level. Just remember to keep the water topped up, and if anything starts smelling bad, replace the water and pull that excess outer skin off the pit. Remember to handle the pits with care because they do split open when the plant starts growing out. This entire stage of the process could take 4 to 6 weeks. Now, 4 to 6 weeks down the line, if you've done everything right and had a good pit, you should have an avo sapling ready to transplant into the soil. We're using old soil, but we're amending it with some potting soil and compost to add nutrition to it. After that, I like to give it a thorough mix and pick out any weird things that you don't want in the soil. You'd be surprised what I find here at times. Once you've got that mixed through decently, you can add water. You can do this earlier, but mixing it thoroughly is going to be a lot more difficult with the added water weight. You don't want it to be a sloppy mess. Just make sure the soil looks hydrated, and remember, you can always add water, but you can't take it away, so be careful. Suddenly, the soil looks pretty good. Now I'm going to fill one of these grow bags about halfway. That allows me to separate these avo pits, and wow, look at those roots. Now I could just pop that little guy right on the surface of the soil and fill around him with a bit more until the bag is about 80% full. As an extra step for good practice, I added some mulch on top. I had it on hand and figured it should help the soil retain a bit more moisture. Now you want to give your sapling a nice healthy drink of water. I'd keep the sapling in a full gentle sun spot depending on the heat you're facing. We did this at the start of spring and already had temps around 30 Celsius, so we keep ours under a shade net. If you've done this before, please let me know if you've had success with these young trees in full sun. As you can see, we started a few more and the largest ones were transplanted about 6 to 7 weeks ago. Now you've got the tree started, let's talk about transplanting them after they've been growing in the bags for about 8 weeks. I've got the perfect example to show you how important the location of the tree is. We've got 2 trees which we followed this process for in our backyard. The smaller one is older than the bigger one, but why is that? The thriving tree was planted in an area where the soil was significantly better. It's in the lowest bed in our garden, which means it gets even more rainwater when the water filters down through our garden. This one was also planted where we had a nut tree previously, which would have been feeding the soil with leaves and nuts that fall off the tree. The soil here is most likely less rocky and more loose, which should allow for the roots to grow easier. So what does this mean? The moral is you just need decent soil that the tree can really get its roots into. Don't overcomplicate it. Just get it in a good spot and keep it well watered, especially in the early stages of the transplant. As time goes on, you'll need to water it less frequently, but be careful for severe heat because it can still harm the tree at this stage, and make sure you protect it if you expect any hail or frost. Hopefully in about 5 to 7 years, you'll see your first avos forming on the tree. I'm curious and always keen to learn, so if you do this differently, please let me know in the comments. If you'd like to see what else I've been growing in the garden, watch this video next.